Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show this evening. Tonight we're going to just talk about some things pertaining to the show. This show is Wendy Elamine James Show, and we have the show for returned citizens coming home from incarceration. Um, they call it formerly incarcerated. I call returned citizens coming back to the community. We want to bring people on that's coming in and allow them to tell their community, tell society who they once were, what changed their lives while they were incarcerated, what they're doing now after being paroled back to their communities, and what their future goals are. So that's what this program is about. We want to give people an opportunity to let people know who they are today. Um, we are right now talking to Chicago. We have a live feed from Chicago to San Francisco on Thursday night from 6:30 to 7. And we're talking about the prison system in Chicago. Right now, they don't have a budget in Chicago, haven't had a budget in almost 3 years. So we're talking about the prison system in Chicago, Illinois, how they are cutting out all programs in Department of Corrections in Illinois. So that way they don't have information, they don't have programs, they don't have things that people can obtain while they're incarcerated to come home and be successful in their parole back to their community. They have to go home and go back to what they know because they don't have any job skills, they don't have any certificates in completing anything, so they go back to what they know. And they wind up back into the system. So we're talking about that in Chicago, and we have a brother, Rafi Peterson. He's spearheading this conversation on on Thursday night from 6:30 to 7. So next Thursday, we'll after Thanksgiving, we're gonna have the show on, and we'll allow them to come on and speak about the prison systems in Chicago. So right now in California, we are talking about the transformation from one environment to the environment here in the Bay Area. We're talking about the changes that people are going through coming home back to their neighborhoods, their communities, what difficulties they're having transforming back into their community. So we want to be able to bring people on. We want to be able to allow you to see the change that they've gone through over the years of being incarcerated, the metamorphosis, so to speak, that they've gone through during their incarceration, and what they're doing today in their return to their community. So that's what we're doing as far as the show. The show is a well-needed show that because people coming home from prison, we don't have a forum. We don't have a voice where we can go out and tell people who we are today. So the show gives them an opportunity to let people know who they are today, and that's what we do today. So we want to give you, the viewers, an opportunity to look at the before product and the product today, the individual that's come home back to their community and be able to see the transformation back to the homes that they left so many years ago. My job, my duty is to be able to ask questions that normally are not asked to the person that's come home. I was given this opportunity because I am a formerly incarcerated person. I did 27 years and 9 months in prison, and I'm home now, and I'm able to have this show and able to allow people an opportunity to answer the questions that I give. You know, I give some pretty straight out forward questions, you know, because people need to know about the individual. And we give them opportunity to answer the questions that people want to ask, but they don't have the opportunity to ask right now. We want to be able to bring these people on live shows so we can have call-ins, and people can call in and ask the questions that they need to ask instead of me asking the questions. And I answer the questions because I was formerly incarcerated, as I stated, and I know some of the questions that should be asked to a person that's been incarcerated for a long period of time. We don't have short-time offenders on our show right now because the show is geared for long-time offenders. Anybody that's been in prison for a life sentence, 15 years, 20 years, and over, on our show. We don't want to look at the return citizens that's been falling in the revolving door. We want to give them an opportunity to get themselves completely together and fall into the transformation of being back part of their community as taxpayers and citizens as they should be. So that's what the program is. We have people that we're connected with as far as the Wendy Alameen James Show that you may be able to have assistance in your transformation. We have the Seniors Ex-Offenders Program that's on 3rd Street in Carroll here in San Francisco. The Seniors Ex-Offenders Program is a program that helps people back in their community after being incarcerated. Now we're dealing with the Senior Ex-Offenders Program. They have a part that helps people come out of county jails. We have people that's in the Senior Ex-Offenders Program that will assist you from the county jail back to your neighborhood. This is including the people that's been in the Department of Corrections for a long period of time. We allow them to take part of the Senior Ex-Offenders Program because the Senior Ex-Offenders Program is a program that's needed and people need the assistance that they have to give. They help with medical, they help with job referrals, they help with the driver's license, they help with the California ID. They can help with anything that can have you fall into a smooth transition back into your community. So that's what the Seniors Ex-Offenders Program does. So we want to allow you to come back in your neighborhood and take part in the transformation back to your community, to be that person that stands up in the rightful place that you should stand up in your community. That's what the show is about. So we want to help any way we can to allow you to have a smooth transition back into your community. We have a program that we have once a month here in San Francisco through Talif Collective. Talif Collective is a reentry program that I work for out of Fremont, California. And Talif Collective is a reentry program. And we have a support circle here in San Francisco once a month at the last Wednesday of the month in San Francisco. And from 7 to 9, we'll be showing that advertisement throughout the month. So people can come out and take part of that program, the Talif Collective Reentry Program. And it's more or less a check-in. The check-in to, you come out and we have a dinner. We come out and we, sit in, we ask people things that they need to know as far as the reentry, coming home and being successful after being being incarcerated. So that's what our program is geared to do, to assist you in your transformation back to your community. So the Talif Collective is a reentry program that's in Fremont, California. We want to give you the information that you need to come out and take part in Talif Collective. Talif Collective is an Islamic program, and we want to give you information that you need in becoming part of our community. So if you need any more information on Talif Collective Reentry Program, you can get in contact with me. I have the information, and like I say, during the month, I'll be able to show you the information, give you the address, the phone numbers to Talif Collective, so you can call and take part of our program as well. So we want to be able to assist the people coming home from prison, the returned citizens coming back to their community to come home and take part of the community well needed after your incarceration. We want to welcome you home back to your neighborhoods. We want to welcome you home back to what you was born to be part of, your family, and take your rightful place as either your father, the son, of the mother and the father, the siblings, the brothers and the sisters. We want to welcome you back to your community and allow you to come home and do what you do as far as being part of this community. So we want to, make this brief, and we want to welcome you back to your community and welcome you to the Wendell Elamine James Show. You can look at our show every Saturday night at 7 o'clock on Channel 29. And you can look at our show every other Wednesday on Channel 76 here in San Francisco on Channel 76 at 6:30 to 7. And this is a live show. So come out and take part of our show. Tune in and let us know how you feel, how you think about our program, whether we can have some different things done in our program to better it, or if it's a program that you think that should continue on. So come out and take part of our program. Tune in, look at our show and tell us what you think. And we appreciate any suggestions that you have. Any suggestion that you have to enhance our program, to make it better. Any suggestion that you have to make our program long lasting so we can assist the person coming home from prison. We have a lot of people that have been in prison for long periods of time. They've been gone from their families. A lot of people's family has died, passed on. A lot of people have gotten to the point in life where they can't really help their families. Remember coming home from prison. Some people can't even write letters to support their release back into their community. So we need assistance in writing letters. We need assistance in people coming home for that support system for a person to come home to be part of once they come home. So we'd like for you to take part in our program, the Wendell Elamine James Show, and call in on that live show from 6:30 to 7. Call in and take part of our discussion, and give us some information, give us some live information that we can use, and hopefully we can make a difference in somebody's life. So we want to thank you for taking part in this interview today. We don't have a guest today, but we have some information that was well needed. People need to know about the program of the Wendell Elamine James Show. So we want to give you the information, and we want to allow you to be part of it. So I thank you for viewing our show this evening. Again, our show views at 7 o'clock on Saturday nights on Channel 29, and 6:30 every other Wednesday every other Thursday at 6:30 to 7. Every other Thursday from 6:30 to 7. That's a correction in the time on Thursdays from 6:30 to 7. That's the live show. So I want to thank you for looking at our show this evening. And we ask you that's viewing our show this evening to come back and take part of our show. Look at our show. Tell us what you think. We want to thank you and bid you a good evening. Thank you.